This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning in to another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. The captain's going to be out for 2 weeks, and the Knicks played their first game without him. How did they do? Let's analyze. It was World Cup Friday. Is that not World Cup? Is that what we're calling it? It was it was the NBA Cup. I was watching, I was just reading up on the World Cup. That's why I brought that up. Maybe I'll add it in the, by the way, we'll see. But NBA Cup Friday, and the Knicks are in Group C in the Eastern Conference, and they were possibly staring at an 0-2 hole going into last night's game against the Miami Heat, who were the head of the class up there with Milwaukee, who the Knicks lost their first Cup game to a few weeks back to Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And going into the game, there were a lot of storylines. Oh, this could be good for the Knicks, or how the Knicks going to handle not having the captain Jalen Brunson for about 2 weeks. And then some places I saw he was day to day, so who knows? But if he's out 2 weeks, I'm good. I'm cool with it. What is it? A grade 1 strain, whatever it is. There's no rush to get the captain back. Just get him right now. So going in to the game, the Knicks not only did not have Jalen Brunson, Miami didn't have their all-stars, no Bam Adebayo, no Tyler Hero. As a matter of fact, I think Tyler Hero has yet to play a game this season. So, this was going to be, here's the deal. No matter what, no matter who's on the teams, Miami, New York, Miami, when they face each other, it's always going to be a battle. That's just the history of it. And during the telecast, what would they say? Since 88, 89, these teams have been going at it. But anyway, you're going into this game, and I wanted to see who was going to step up. So I wanted to see are we going to see Deuce McBride start, or is it going to be Landry Shamet? It ended up being Deuce McBrizzle. But Landry Shamet would have his stamp on the game, no question about it. And I wanted to see, all right, this is not Tibbs. How's Mike Brown going to deal with not having his superstar? And, Karl Anthony Towns said, "Don't worry about it, coach. I got this. I got you. Don't worry." And at the halftime, Karl Anthony Towns, they had no answer for him. 31 points at half. He ended up finishing with 39. So he only had eight points. And if any coach is going to make adjustments, it's Eric Spoelstra. This is, to me, in my opinion, the best coach in the game. I wish the Knicks could find a way to, I wish, that was always my dream, that eventually the Knicks can get him. But no taxes in Florida. It's South Beach. He's not leaving South Beach ever, unless there's a falling out with Pat Riley. But Pat Riley, as long as he's there running the show, he's not going anywhere. And why would you? But Spo made the adjustments, and they had, every time Cat got the rock, he was double teamed, and they did a great job there. But, I was really interested in seeing who was going to step up for the Knicks. And Cat had 39 points. He was 13 for 26. He was 6 for 14. He was cooking in that first half. He was a plus 13, 11 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns, say what you will. And I was very upset with him in that last game that I went to, where I feel that Orlando went out of their way to not only punk the Knicks, but they punked him. So, listen, Cat, way to step up, and you need to because they're going down to Florida, and they're going to play Orlando this week. Miami Monday, and then I forgot where, but they're going through the Florida gauntlet. And listen, you've got to play like this. When you see Orlando and Wagner and Paulo Banchero, I don't think he's going to play with that groin injury. That's got to be barbecue chicken, cooked food. That's what it has to be for Karl Anthony Towns. You've got to be a bully. You've got to go down to Florida and continue to, impose your dominance. And, that's stuff like that. Watching Cat play when he was with the Timberwolves, that used to get me so upset. I'm like, you're 7 foot, almost, the guy's athletic, but he can shoot, but he falls in love with the 3-pointer. I'm like, and I don't know if this was one thing you see with Mike Brown, is that he has been posting up more, attacking more, but it just looks like sometimes in certain matchups, it's just like he's like, it's almost like the opposing team is like, yeah, you trying to post up? Oh, okay, right, And Cat and he had a double the last game, but it wasn't like what he was doing last night. So kudos to Karl Anthony Towns. But, a guy who started off hot, 18 points a game, OG Anunoby got hurt. And what's OG Anunoby's always an issue, it seems? Stretching. The hamstring. The hamstring. I don't know how long he's going to be out for. That's by the way, not to take shots at, I'm a homer. I like the Madison Square, the MSG. I was going to say Madison Square, but that's what it is. But the MSG Network broadcast. Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, Wally Zerbiak, and that's my and you can't forget Monica McNutt. They do a great job, and that's the home team. So that's where I like to watch the broadcast. So it is what it is. With the new, the new stations and everything like that, you've got to go everywhere. So, it was on Amazon, and look, wherever my Knicks are going to go, that's where I'm watching. So it is what it is. But I wish I had the post game show, unless I missed it. But I don't know. They didn't have a post game, and I'm a big fan of to hear what they have to say. So I don't know how long OG is going to be out, but it's a hamstring. I put him on the same, depending on the grade. OG is going to be out, and it's all right. Look, my thing is, whether it's Mitch, whether it's the captain, whether it's OG, as long as come late April, May, and let's hope June, these guys are healthy, that's when we need them. So I'm cool. So anyway, no captain, no OG, no problem. Because the bench, shout out to the bench. Shout out to the New York Knickerbocker bench, who had 17 points. 17. Wow. 75 points for the New York Knicks bench. And they carried the team. Karl Anthony Towns did it in the first half, and then the bench guys, the bullpen came through. One, Jordan Clarkson, who I continue to say, I believe he's a rental, especially with the CBA, but he came through. He had 24 points, shot 6 for 13, was 3 for 6 from 3, 9 for 11 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, was a +4. But there's one guy who New York has taken a liking to. I think he heard his name cheered at the Garden in the playoffs last year. And then Thomas, maybe it wasn't the playoffs. Maybe it was leading into the playoffs where he had a great, 2 weeks or whatever it was. And Thomas refused to play him. There was a guy that I used to stand up for last year in Landry Shamet. And I always said Landry Shamet, was the guy who I thought should have got some burn And Landry Shamet had a career night, 36 points. He was 12 for 19, 6 for 12 from 3, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, plus 11. Listen, next man up. This team is deep. And look, listen, say what you will. NBA Cup is great. Whether the Knicks win or not doesn't matter. I just want these guys to learn how to play with Brunson, without OG. At the end of the day, you want this Knicks humming and balling when it matters in the playoffs. And kudos to the bench for coming through. Let's see what they do on Monday in South Beach. Let's see what they do against Orlando and whoever else they play this coming week. But the Knicks handle their business, y'all. Kudos to them. And they are now second. They're tied for second with Miami in Group C. Don't think they're going to go anywhere because Milwaukee and the NBA Cup, that's their bread and butter. They're 2-0. But we'll see what happens. But what say you? How do you feel about this Knicks bench performance? Were you hyped like me? Is this exciting to see? Knicks got a bench this year, y'all. But what do you think? Hit me in the comments. Now it's that time. Giants fans, listen up. Your coaching candidate list, Bill Belichick says he's not interested. Or he will not pursue. We'll see. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, folks. I'm on most social media platforms at Sam I Analyze. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.